All right, we have a story today that I love. It isn't going to change the face of the election. It isn't going to give people voting rights. It isn't going to change the world in any kind of meaningful way, but I love it. It is absolutely hilarious. So, Donald Trump has found himself in a little bit of a position. His big slogan that he ran on last time was "Make America Great Again." Okay, well, now that he's had 4 years, you can't really run on "Make America Great Again" because you had 4 years. You were supposed to have made it great. If you didn't, then why should we give you another 4 years? So you can't just come out again and say "Make America Great Again." You have to change it in some way. So the Trump campaign was going to start using "Keep America Great," because then that would make sense from their standpoint. Oh, Trump had 4 years. He made the country great. Now we just have to keep it that way. So it makes sense from I'm not saying I agree with it or that it's factual. I'm saying it makes sense from a Trump campaign standpoint that you would use that term, "Keep America Great." Okay, so what happened was they didn't snatch up the domain. Now, I'm sure it was already owned by someone, but they were not able to secure the rights. Guess who did? Guess who did? So Joe Biden's campaign was able to get their hands on that domain. And what they did with it is fantastic. So Joe Biden tweets out, "Donald Trump promised to be the greatest jobs president God ever created. Instead, tens of millions of Americans are out of work and we're facing the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. Hashtag promises broken." And then this picture, promises made, promises kept slashed out, broken. And if you click it, it takes you through to keepamericagreat.com, which features here a sad Trump, promises made, promises kept with the strike through, broken. And then the whole page is absolutely ripping Donald Trump to shreds. The whole thing is about him not keeping promises, right? Trump isn't looking for a second term. He's looking for a do-over. Here's how Trump's record stacks up against the promises he made to the American people. And then they just go through and they're listing all of them. Economy and jobs, immigration, foreign policy, farmers, COVID, national security and defense, law and justice, government accountability, healthcare, veterans, education, infrastructure, and technology. And each of them have information along with a link you can click to see what he promised. And then if he lived up to that. So that is awesome. They were able to get his own domain, use that website, which you know is going to get hammered pretty hard in the next couple of months. And then when you get there, right, you look up the slogan, or what was going to be the slogan for your campaign, right? It's already been going around. A lot of people are hearing this phrase. You go to that website and what you get is you get information against your own candidate. That is awesome. So what is Trump going with? Well, a thing they're trying out, which a few people have kind of doubled down on, including Pence, are "We'll make America great again, which is terrible. Absolutely terrible. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't ring. There's nothing about that is good. That's going to have to change. And I don't think they're going to stick with this for the next 2 months. But they can't go with "Keep America Great" because it's not even the fact that you go to that website and it says bad things about Trump, because people would just ignore that. But it's the embarrassment of the fact that his people were not able to pull off getting the domain for the slogan that they were going to use. That's kind of a no-brainer. If you're going to use a slogan for a presidential campaign, you kind of should make sure that you can get a hold of the web address. All right, and use it. Otherwise, you look really, really foolish when your opponent gets it and then uses it to run you down. That's actually worse than anything it says on the page. It makes you look completely incompetent and really just silly. Really, really rather foolish. So again, this story isn't going to feed people. It's not going to make sure that people can vote, but it's funny. All right? It's absolutely funny. But it's funny. It's very, very funny, right?